Hello and welcome to another League video here on ModernNexus.com. My name is Ryland, also known as Holy Shamgar on Twitch. And today we're going to be playing with a Elves list that top 32'd at the Grand Prix in Phoenix this past weekend. Now, this list is utilizing the recently unbanned Bloodbraid Elf alongside the sometimes utilized Shaman of the Pack. Oftentimes you'll find these lists either green-black, green-white, or even Abzan to utilize Devoted Druid alongside the white Vizier to make infinite mana, plus white sideboard cards. This list does not have any of that and instead has replaced those things with Bloodbraid and Shaman. I suppose you could look at a list that was Naya, did not utilize Shaman, and instead utilized the infinite mana combo. But the infinite mana combo alongside Bloodbraid Elf is not really very exciting. They're certainly looking to do very different things, pulling the deck in very different directions. This list is much more tuned towards a Jund-style meta, a more attrition-based meta when you're expecting to go up against a lot of decks that are just trying to play fair and grind you out. Just kill all your creatures forever. You see, we have 4 companies, 4 Bloodbraid Elves, and even 2 main deck lead the Stampedes. These kind of things really help us go long against the decks that are trying to kill all our creatures as frequently and as quickly as they possibly can. So we may see that in action a little bit today against Jund. Other than that, we sort of have our typical, make as much mana as we can, spill our hand onto the table, and maybe utilize our leftover mana into a Azuri, which is a powerful mana dump for Elves, of course, to go way over the top and deal absurd amounts of damage. Other than that, we also have Shaman of the Pack for a powerful finisher. If we have quite a developed board state. Our mana base is a little bit different, obviously, because we're trying to support this Jund-style deck. So we do have some fetch lands to find either our basic forest or our 1 Stomping Ground or Overgrown Tomb. We do have sort of a utility slot in Pendlehaven, and other than that, we have Cavern and Guildleaf Palace. Cavern obviously doing even more of a great job in this deck than a traditional Elves deck, since it helps us cast both Shaman and Bloodbraid Elf. Sideboard, you do see the black cards present in sideboards you expect. Sometimes you also see something like Stain the Mind as a cranial extraction effect with Convoke, particularly powerful in Elves, especially because it's only 1 black. I wouldn't mind seeing that here for some combo decks, but these are fine as well, of course. And then other than that, we have an Elvish Champion for those matchups where maybe the ground gets gummed up and your opponent also has some forests for you to capitalize on. Rexage for any artifacts or enchantments that may be a problem. I just accidentally took out a Lead the Stampede. We don't want that. 2 additional, the 3rd and 4th, Lead the Stampedes for those grindier matchups. Shaper's Sanctuary also particularly potent in those grindy matchups, with your opponent getting punished for targeting your creatures. Essence Warden for the aggressive matchups, particularly Burn. Fracturing Gust is sort of a utility card for those decks such as Lantern or Affinity. Very, very powerful in those spots. I mean, also Prison decks of other varieties. Anything along those lines. Boggles, you're particularly happy about Fracturing Gust as well. And then Relic as our graveyard hate of choice. So not a lot out of the ordinary going on here, but certainly a different approach for a grindier metagame, right? We still have our sort of fast combo-oriented kills with Azuri and maybe a bunch of mana through Archdruid or whatever, or just, a million Shaman of the Pack style kills. But between Bloodbraid Elf and Collect the Company and Lead the Stampede, we've got sort of this grindy package that helps in those matchups where people are aggressively coming after our guys, such as Jeskai or Jund or whatever. So that's what we're working with today. So let's go ahead and hop into those games and see how they go.